Step into the world of gaming nostalgia. Explore the captivating story of the Nintendo Game Boy, a journey from its innovative beginnings to the pinnacle of its first generation's triumph. The Nintendo Game Boy was developed by Gunpei Yokoi and his team at Nintendo Research and Development. Yokoi, known for inventing the Game & Watch, aimed to create a portable console with interchangeable games. Development began in the late 1980s with the goal of designing a user-friendly, cost-effective and energy-efficient device. The Game Boy used an 8-bit CPU from Sharp, similar to the one in the NES. It featured a green monochrome screen to save battery life and keep costs down. The Game Boy had a D-pad, 2 action buttons, A and B, and start and select buttons. The Game Boy was first released in Japan in April 1989, followed shortly by North America and Europe. It was priced competitively compared to rivals like the Sega Game Gear or Atari Lynx. Nintendo marketed the Game Boy not just as a toy for children, but also as a lifestyle gadget for adults. Initial reactions were mixed, with some criticizing its technical inferiority but praising its portability and battery consumption. The Game Boy quickly became a commercial success, partly thanks to the bundled game Tetris. Within a few years, the console sold millions of units worldwide. Throughout its life cycle, the Game Boy remained the leader in the handheld console market. By the time the first generation was phased out, over 118 million units had been sold worldwide. Tetris was a massive driver of sales. Other early hits included Super Mario Land and The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Over the years, numerous successful games were released for the Game Boy, including Pokémon Red and Blue, which became a global sensation. The success of the Game Boy contributed to the popularization of handheld gaming and influenced the development of mobile games. The Game Boy Color, introduced in 1998, marked the end of the original Game Boy. Although technically considered a separate console, the Game Boy Color was backward compatible with most Game Boy games. Nintendo later released the Game Boy Advance in 2001, representing a further technological leap and definitively replacing the Game Boy. Production of the original Game Boy was discontinued in the early 2000s. Exact sales figures vary, but it's estimated that a total of over 118 million units of the original Game Boy and Game Boy Color combined was sold. The Game Boy remains one of the best-selling handheld game systems in history. The Game Boy influenced a whole generation of gamers and shaped the childhoods of many worldwide. It played a major role in establishing the concept of portable gaming in mainstream culture. The platform offered unique challenges and opportunities to developers, leading to creative and innovative game concepts. Many well-known game series like Pokémon originated on the Game Boy. The Game Boy set standards in terms of battery life, durability, and affordable technology that influenced subsequent handhelds. Today, the Game Boy is a popular collector's item and part of the retro gaming trend. Its games and the console itself are cherished by retro gamers and collectors for their historical value and nostalgic charm. The Nintendo Game Boy revolutionized the concept of portable gaming and became a cultural phenomenon. Its influence extends beyond the gaming industry, touching aspects of pop culture, technology, and design. As one of the pioneers in the field of handheld game consoles, the Game Boy left a lasting legacy that significantly shaped the development of video games and mobile entertainment. And that's the story of the Nintendo Game Boy, a true icon in gaming history. What's your favorite Game Boy memory? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated with our gaming history series.